All right. Hey everyone, welcome to Bold Banter. It's your boy Curtis Geffram, coming off a big win for the Chargers. We're 1-0. Took it down those Detroit Lions, big comeback. And I'm here with my boy Kendrick, rocking the beard again.
What's up, guys? Rocking that Weddle beard. You know it. I got a little story about my Chargers shirt here real quick. Got to tell you guys how this works. So, usually I rock the Rivers jersey. We're white now. We're going good. But here's the deal. Put on this shirt. We're down 21-3. As I'm walking into work, we score the touchdown, go 21-10. At that point starts the 30-point comeback. 20 straight points with this shirt, 30 in total. You got to love it. This is the lucky shirt. I'll be rocking it every Sunday from now.
Yeah, please don't take that shirt off. We need that shirt.
I'm just wearing it every day. I'm never going to wash it, and I'm going to shower in it. That'll be the
shower in it, everything in it. So let's talk about this game. What a game. Started off really rough. I was actually kind of very worried and scared, especially when it was 21-3. It just seemed like we kept digging ourselves in a hole. Defense wasn't really getting the job done. Offense was a little like they had potential, but they weren't really, they weren't scoring. They weren't getting momentum, and they weren't driving down the field. But the best way I describe it is it came out flat-footed. To me, that's what it looked like. It didn't look like we were ready in a lot of areas. And then, something changed, got momentum going, things clicked. They changed their discipline, and it really paid off.
Yeah, no, I thought that like the minute they come out, as far as defense goes, they weren't like ready to be hitting. They were kind of lagging a little bit. You noticed it on that big run by Abdullah, that big 26-yard run. Like, all I saw first thing was that Weddle missed him on the last tackle, but like they got a big block on Monte Teo when he was like an arm away from tackling Abdullah. They got a big block on Butler going up. That takes him up the seam. He makes one move, and Weddle's not ready for it, a veteran guy who needs to be ready for that stuff. And like you'll notice it too on the touchdown to Ebron, like Weddle's out of the seam because he's trying to go over and help a die. Like, you can't be doing that. You got to be staying in your area. You got to be staying in your zone. So we cut down on those two big weaknesses there. And the thing I like there too is that in the game before, the Seahawks blew their game against the Rams because they didn't have Cam Chancellor out there. We had Weddle out there. We had our safety. You pay this guy the big money because he makes the adjustments and he makes the big moves that keeps us going through that game through the second half. Did you see him make a third mistake? You didn't. He locked down. He got his guys on defense to lock down. That's why we need to pay this guy the big bucks.
Yeah, and man, it was rough watching defense at the beginning. I feel, especially that run was killer. And you were talking about Abdul a lot. We were talking about him, but man, did he make his name known his first game? That run and a bunch of other runs.
Oh, yeah, that was huge. And as a guy who owns Amir Abdullah in 3 leagues, like, I'm very excited about that kid. But, like, for the Chargers to shut him down, I'm a Calvin Johnson owner in a league. He had 3 fantasy points. I'll take that all day. Did you hear from Calvin Johnson at all? No. You know why? Brandon Flowers locking him down. Golden Tate, Jason Verrett locking him down. Who comes up with a big pick? That young blood, Patrick Robinson, that nickel corner. What I've been telling you about this guy, man. Coming up huge. Dude, a third corner. We have a true third corner on this team. Oh, my gosh. When you got that pick, I was like, that's my boy. That's my boy. You know who comes up with the other pick, though? That rookie Kyle Emanuel coming up big. And who starts it? Melvin Ingram. And Jim Laszlovic, NBC, makes an amazing point. Melvin Ingram gets that big hit on Stafford, hits him in the right shoulder. That ball floats up there. Emanuel comes with it. But Matt Stafford was not the same. Some say he was seen after the game with a sling on that right arm. That was the play that did him in. That's why we need Melvin Ingram healthy, making the big hits, sets up his other guys, dude. Oh my gosh. If there's anything closer to an alley-oop in basketball, in football, it's when you smash a quarterback and your boy on the other side of the field gets that pick. Huge. Huge. Legion was huge in this game. Kendall Reyes was huge in this game. Oh my gosh, these guys.
There was like a momentum changer, and then after that, the defense was just clobbering their O-line and just getting in there and hitting hard, and coverage was nice. You know what I mean? And there's
Dude,
a
and
couple
it's
times
like,
where Abdul would break out, but I mean, after a certain amount of time, it's like the defense figured out what they were doing, how to take down the Lions, and it was awesome.
and like I got to give credit to Matt Stafford in that first half. He played a near perfect first half, near perfect. He was on point. Their offense looked on point. But it's like you say to everyone with guys like Matt Stafford, guys like Jay Cutler, they're good for 2 picks later in the game. If he gets those 2 picks, which he did, that's going to get us right back. That's 2 touchdowns we're going to turn into. Look at that. He gave it up because we went out there. We hit him hard. We took away all his coverage. Like, it basically flipped because what we were seeing from our offense was we had our guys going deep and they had us contained. So we started throwing short. We started utilizing that. Our defense in the second half, we cut down their guys deep as they were trying to get back, but they had nothing going short. They don't have Amir Abdullah. They don't have Jacques Bell late down there. They don't have Eric Ebron because Eric Ebron's going long. Stafford didn't have any options, and we got to him. We swarmed him.
There were many times where Stafford had no one to throw to. He just kind of had to run it out and throw it away, or he got sacked, or he pitch it off to someone. There were many times where I remember seeing that, and I was like, this is great. Especially remember one play in particular where there's no one open, so he was just running around.
He's just running around, waiting for someone to come down. No one came down, and then
no one was getting open.
Man. Our guys were flying. Donald Butler was coming up with huge tackles. Oh my gosh, he was smashing kids. Teo saw a little bit. He's got some room to improve. All right. I saw Perryman making big hits on the special teams. I'd like to see Perryman in there more on the defense.
I think Teo improved from the beginning of the game where he kind of blew a couple plays.
Yeah, no, he definitely got hot. I expect a lot of big things out of him. Man, Perryman, oh my gosh, Perryman looks so fast. Jaleel Adai, the Predator, coming in on big third downs. Oh my gosh, this guy.
And Emmanuel, too.
How long have we been talking about this defense? How excited we are. The bottom 3 of the NFL ranked at fantasy football leagues. What are you talking about, bro?
Exactly.
These guys are real. And then Emmanuel, he goes out for 2 plays. We're thinking he's hurt. He comes back. What does he do? A sack and a pick. Come on now. This guy's the real deal. 3 ways going around with him. When we get a Tauchu back, Ingram, and Emmanuel, oh my gosh, game over, man.
Oh, dirty,
depth.
Dirty.
Absolute depth. Like, oh gosh. I'll say right now, this defense is nasty, bro. Like, we shut down Calvin Johnson and Golden Tate with those corners. And Patrick Robinson came up for his boys, and he made the big play. Like, oh, my gosh. Wow.
Yeah, dude, that hit Ingram put on Stafford, I was literally jumped out of my chair. I was so pumped. I was like,
bro, that was nasty. That was nasty. He wrecked him. It was clean. He smashed that kid. Oh my gosh, dude! Like,
and it was like,
when was the last time we talked about a Chargers defense like this?
No,
so physical, so coverage. Like
2006,
2007. Like, wow,
that's it.
This is amazing.
And they're young.
We haven't seen a defense this good in 10 years, maybe 9 years.
Young. They're so young. Think about it. They're a very young defense. I mean, veterans, but think about
the real veterans are Weddle and Flowers, and they're good for 3-4 more years. While these guys all build up. Like, wow, man! And imagine what they could do in the draft. Like, you build a defensive tackle in there. Let's get another good outside linebacker. Let's start building up another safety in there. Like, wow, this is exactly what Telesco's been wanting to build. I know it's the first game and all this, but
it makes me excited.
Oh my goodness!
All right, so maybe we can go a little more. Actually, before we move on, let's talk about our reaction, I guess, to the game, like instant reaction. You know what I mean?
So, like, just quick thoughts, like, about what we saw as the total product.
Right after the game was over. What's your thought?
Okay. Phillip Rivers, a lot of people said we were crazy to pay him those big bucks. He saddled up in that second half, put the team on his back, and we let him do his thing. Bro, like, he was staring down Keenan Allen that whole time. And Keenan Allen came up in the second half, 166 yards, tied for the most yards in a game by a Chargers receiver. Crazy. Utilizes Steven Johnson, utilizes Danny Woodhead, but Darius Green gets a big one. Like, we just let Phillip go out there with all his weapons, his arsenal, load it up, lock it down, chuck it out. Like, this guy wrecked it with all his guys. Malcolm Floyd got in there with a big 29-yard catch. Like,
Yep.
come on, man. And then Melvin Gordon, flashes of greatness. Flashes of greatness from this guy. Did you see that big run? Oh, my goodness. I'm going to bring it up on my phone right now. I'm going to show it to you. Like, holy mother of God, that run. When he made that run, I don't care that he was down. When I saw that, I was like, there we go. There we go.
That run, I was like,
if you were a witness to this, that was the first moment that you saw Melvin Gordon could be great. And it was a rebuttal to Abdullah all the way.
And he was
watch this
barely
run.
down.
Watch this run.
Handoff. He's turning. He's spinning. Get to the end zone, son. Fuck him here, Abdullah. Touchdown, baby.
Like, straight up, dude. He's spinning. He's turning. He's about to go down. Makes that spin move. Bounces right up off the ground. Gets into the end zone. Nuts, bro. Nuts. Chargers fans everywhere were flipping out. That's why we drafted that guy. And he was down. Yeah, all that. But he has that potential.
He was barely down, too. He was barely down.
Yeah,
it would have been one of the
that's
greatest.
part of his arm. Look at that. From here to here. That's what hit the ground. Like,
Barely.
oh, my goodness. Like,
Oh.
and, like, a lot of people compare this guy to Jamal Charles, okay? Jamal Charles in his first game had 12 carries for 23 yards. What did Melvin Gordon have? 14 carries for 51 yards. I say he's exactly where he should be as a rookie running back. What did Abdullah finish with? 7 carries for 50 yards, all right? These guys, Abdullah and Gordon, in their first game against each other, are going to be the elite running backs of the NFL in 3 years. No doubt.
I could see that totally.
This rookie running back class, man, if you saw David Johnson in Arizona, oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. These running backs of 2015. Wow.
Yeah.
You guys are straight up ballers, dude.
Wow. The word wow is how I described the feeling right after this game. Philip Rivers turns around from 2 kind of awkward interceptions early in the game to a 400-yard game, setting a record, basically, like tying Dan Fouts for touchdowns all-time Chargers. Then along with that, throwing to Keenan, who sets a single, reception game record. It's just like Philip was struggling, or he wasn't even struggling. He just had 2 little hiccups, and from there he said, let's buckle down and get this done. And he did. And it was awesome. Awesome. It was awesome to watch.
And, like, the key factor in this one is at the end of the first half when he throws that pick, that's when he was like, come on. Got to be way better than that. Like, he made his big mistake right at the beginning. He came out fired up in that second half. He was ready to go. He was ready to go wreck some fools. He knew he screwed that one up. He should have got that right over that corner, dipped it in that corner for Malcolm Floyd. He didn't do it, and he was just like, come on now. Biggest mistake of the game by him, wipes it away. Dude, just 30 straight points. Unbelievable.
30 straight.
Do you know how, like, I'm so sick. I'm so sick today of these damn Cowboys fans. Oh, Tony Romo ran us down for a winning touchdown, 43 seconds. Bro, Philip Rivers threw for 2 touchdowns and 400 yards, scored 30 straight points.
30
Are you
straight.
kidding me? Are you kidding me? How are you not talking about this? You're crazy, this guy.
Crazy.
First game after a big contract, 30 straight points. Do you know how many touchdowns that is? That's almost 5 touchdowns.
That's insane, dude. And
Oh my God.
he's a team player, you know what I mean? It's not.
He spread it
it's
out,
not
dude.
about
It
him.
wasn't.
It's about
It wasn't Romo to Dez, Stafford to Johnson. It wasn't Andy Dalton to AJ Green. It was Phillip to Keenan Allen. It was Phillip to Stevie Johnson. It was Phillip to Danny Woodhead. It was Phillip to Ladarius
Gordon.
Green. Dude, hand it off to Melvin Gordon. He cuts up the seam. Like, man. And then the play calling. That touchdown we got with Woodhead, that running play, saw this amazing play.
Amazing.
Pull the guard. Woodhead goes right up the seam. But we ran that same play with Green when Green scored that touchdown. We pulled the guard. The linebacker came in because he's like, oh, man, Woodhead's going to run it again. No. We threw it right over that linebacker's head, got the touchdown to Green. Amazing play calling. So simple. Like,
Let me
man.
mention
And
one more thing,
you know
too.
why that's big too? Orlando Franklin, bro. Orlando Franklin with the huge block on that play. And you bring in Orlando Franklin again. He got in that linebacker's head. The linebacker's like, oh, he's moving. Woodhead's going to be running again. No, bro. Ladarius Green's right behind you in the end zone. Crazy.
Got him. Let me mention one huge play. 3rd and 19. 4 minutes left. Keenan Allen catches the ball on the slant at like the line of scrimmage and runs 20 yards and dives for first down. That was a key first down because we were only up by a couple. Had we not made that, like the Detroit could have come back maybe and taken the lead back.
And then, like, that's what Keenan's been working on. He's been telling us, I worked on my footwork. I worked on my open field speed. That was on display right there, man. One play. That's exactly why you work all off season, because you get in that one play. Unbelievable.
Amazing, amazing, amazing. Yeah, I can't stress how this game turned into scary to excitement. Just in like from half to half. Even a little bit before the half, but it was all uphill once we started the second half. All uphill. And
That
Melvin
was nuts, man.
He got, like you're saying, like he had 50 yards, but that's also with Phillip throwing 400. You know what I mean? That's a lot of offensive yards. And then Woodhead had a 42. Like, that's insane. That's so much offense. That sounds like 30 unanswered points of offense, if you ask me.
Yeah, dude. It's nuts.
Crazy.
Absolutely nuts. And like we didn't really see Oliver in there, but like his time will come. He'll get his for sure.
And Rivers was 35 of 42. That's nuts.
Dude, and I'd love to see the breakdown on that of first half incompletions versus like second half. Because like I bet you in that second half he probably has like 3 incompletions. Split it right down the middle.
Yep. Yeah, that was just a fun time. Yeah, that was a great way to start out the season. Offense turned it up, defense turned it up. Got a little scared or a little like boo-boo worry when 2 of our O-line went down, but from what I hear, Fluker is still a question mark, or they're looking at him today.
We actually got word on him. I was wondering when you want to talk about that. So DJ Fluker has a high ankle sprain. He's going to be out 4 to 6 weeks. And then one of our backup guys, which I'm going to try to pull the name up right now, is going to be starting at guard. He's actually a tackle, but he's going to be starting at right guard. I think it's named Chris Hairston. He was we signed him as a free agent out of Buffalo. He started all 17 games last year for Buffalo at right tackle. So he'll be stepping in at right guard. So while Fluker's out, maybe we see Johnny Troutman come back in week 3. Maybe we see Hairston still in there. But, like, this is why we loaded up on these guys. This is why we signed Hairston. This is why we signed Joe Barksdale. Like, we loaded up on these guys exactly for this thing. Yeah, we'll see Fluker back probably like week 8. Hopefully he heals up all right.
Yeah, I hope so too. I was like, no, I was freaking out when he was down on the ground. He was like squirming. To see a big guy like Fluker squirming, it's not a good sign.
Yep, that was not good. But it could be worse. A lot of other big injuries in the NFL. Like for us to only lose Fluker for 6 weeks, like you gotta take what you can get. Because there's a lot of other teams that are suffering right now.
Rivers was stressing how, he got sacked, I think, once, maybe twice. I think it was once, but how well the offensive line performed yesterday.
Oh, my gosh, they're on point. This old line's absolutely on point. Like, a lot of people are, like, overlooking Joe Barksdale. Like, that guy's a monster, man. That guy's the real deal. Like, I'm really excited to see what Chris Hairston can do when he goes in there at right guard.
Yep. All right, and as we wrap it up here, maybe who would you give your game ball to for this game?
My game ball is going to go to the captain, the man with all the money, Phillip Rivers. Everyone overlooks this guy. This guy's the top 5 QB in this league. I'll keep saying it right now.
Yep.
Right? This guy is on the high side of his career. That's exactly why. 404 yards, 2 touchdowns, 2 picks in the first half that he wiped away to go out and get those 2 touchdowns. This guy's a schemer. This guy's a legend. This guy's a first ballot Hall of Famer. And he's doing his thing this season. He's going to unleash on this league.
I can't wait.
How about you? What do you got?
I would say the same. Philip Rivers. I mean, 400-something yards, tied one of the greatest Charger quarterbacks of all time, Dan Fouts, yesterday. So that just shows where he's at with his age and his career in terms of touchdowns and being in this league. You know, you pay him the big money over the offseason. People question it. And then who leads the team to get 30 unanswered points in a rough start to the first game? That'd be Philip Rivers. So he definitely gets the game ball. I also kind of want to give a game ball out to the corners, Barrett and Flowers.
Excuse me, Patrick Robinson. Don't leave out that young killer. Don't leave out that young killer.
I won't.
With that big pick. Look at that kid. And if you give a shout out to the corners, and I got to give a shout out to our boy Kyle Emanuel. We've been talking of this kid since our show began, since we launched. Look at everyone on the Kyle Emanuel bandwagon. This kid is a star, 5th-round pick.
Mm-hmm.
This kid is going to be a star in this league, man.
He made his presence known again yesterday.
He's such a beast, dude. Good.
Rookie.
SDSU graduate, South Dakota State.
Now he's in the city of the real SDSU. So, all right. Well, that's all I have for today. Any last remarks, Kendrick?
Man, I'm excited for our next game against the Bengals. That's going to be a true test. That team absolutely shellacked the Raiders. But on Friday, we'll talk about why they're pretenders in this league. The Bengals are not contenders. They're pretenders.
They're pretending.
Put the wool over all of your eyes, playing the Raiders, and we're going to tell you why on Friday.
So look out for our episode on Friday. We'll be rolling in, giving a preview of the game against Cincinnati for Week 2. Thanks for stopping by, everyone. Go Bolts 1-0.
San Diego, football's here, big time, 1-0.
Chargers 1-0. See you guys on Friday.